I got dumped at a party with his friends clapping like it was a talent show finale, and now years later after his exes cheated on him he's blowing up my phone saying I was the best thing he had, but apparently refusing to take him back makes me the villain. Posted by u/empty_tier_2534. I don't know how to start this, but bear with me because it's long. I, 21F, was dating James, 23M, fake name, for 3 years. I want to start by saying that I'm a shy and super quiet person to be with. Even with him, I always had a hard time talking and speaking about my days or whatever was happening in my life without getting nervous speaking about it. James, on the other hand, is a social butterfly. He's talkative, has a large group of friends, and can even make conversations in seconds with people he knows on the streets. Long story short, he would usually drag me to his friends' parties or social hangouts so I could be friends with his friends, but it never worked out. Most of his friends would not let me speak or talk without getting bored and just shoving me to the side. I had brought this up to James, but he brushed it off as they're just not patient like that or they don't mean to be rude, but I personally don't see it like that. I'm not like a toxic girlfriend or anything. I never looked at his phone to check if he's cheating or anything, but I was so insecure about how a lot of his girlfriends would hit on him in front of me without any reason whatsoever. The day of the breakup happened at a party of his friends, and again I tried my best to socialize with his friends, but there was no use. What happened is that I told James the first was going to go get some more snacks for the party, and that's when, out of nowhere, he snapped at me saying, "See, you're just finding an excuse to leave the party. That's why my friends don't like you." I was speechless, so I told him I wasn't leaving, I was just getting snacks, and that's when he dropped the bomb and said he's done with me and to never contact him again, loud and clear for the entire room of people to hear. And then his friends started cheering like they just kicked out a rude friend or something. I wanted to cry so bad, so I left, and good thing I had my car with me because on the way back home I bawled my eyes out like I'd never cried in my life. I blocked him everywhere and did the same with his friends. I felt so humiliated by the fact he didn't even decide to have a decent conversation alone without anyone hearing us speak. I don't know, I just felt horrible about how his friends started cheering him for breaking up with me like that. Fast forward to today, I had already moved on and was doing great when I got a long text message from a random number that had the same area code from my town. It was James. He started the message with how he's been doing in his life and yada yada, then he said he had been in 3 relationships after our breakup, and he said he didn't feel the same as when he was with me. All the girls he dated even cheated on him or were too toxic and abusive, so he reached out to see if we can start again and give him another chance to be together. I was stunned. This man, after he humiliated me in front of his so-called friends, wanted a second chance because I was the only girl who didn't complain about his life and whatnot. I was angry. I told him that I don't think it was a good idea to try a relationship again because we were not even compatible to begin with, and that I was sorry for all the relationships he had through the years didn't work as expected, but I just couldn't trust him or even, I don't think I could fall in love with him again. This man didn't even apologize to begin with, so after I sent the message I blocked the number and went on with my day. Now I'm getting angry messages from his friends calling me a jerk and inappropriate names for not giving him a chance, and even to the point of bombarding my phone with calls every single day. So Reddit, am I the jerk for refusing to give him a second chance? I just don't know what else to do. Top comments. Commenter 1, absolutely not. He sounds like a jerk. Think about how the future looks even if you did give him a second chance. You can't trust him, his friends sound like jerks, and he doesn't understand you as a person whatsoever. He didn't even have the common decency to have a one-on-one conversation with you and totally embarrassed you at a party where you had nobody. He's been messed over since you broke up and realized which side his bread is buttered on. Well, too late sunshine, tell him to get lost. Commenter 2, send him screenshots of the text messages and let him know this is one of the reasons why you will never get back with him. Additionally, let him know that if his friends continue with the harassment you will take legal action against them. Commenter 3, you're not the jerk. He's using those same friends who made you feel humiliated and embarrassed to try to force you to give him a second chance. Stand your ground, you're more than in the right. You don't deserve to be treated like that. He sounds toxic and immature using others to pressure you. You were nice about how you didn't want to give it a second try and he should understand and respect that, not use others to scare you. Commenter 4, save all the conversations and numbers. Give it a maximum of 2 or 3 days, and if they keep going, then consider getting authorities involved. Make sure to get a safety network, family, and friends aware of the situation. Do not let them break your will or spirit. Update, 3 days later. I decided to take your advice and screenshot all the messages that James's friends had sent to me throughout the week about me being the jerk. Afterwards, I unblocked James and sent all the screenshots to him. You won't believe it, but this man finally decided to believe me and apologized about his friend's behavior and how he didn't want this to go as far as it got. I told him that this is one of the many reasons why I can't give him another chance, because the behavior of his friends was unbelievable behavior, and it just throws me off how I'm the youngest of the group who knows how to act like an adult. I also dropped the bomb on him that I'm seeing someone, just talking stage, nothing serious just yet, who is taking their sweet time to know me as a person, and that's why I won't let him have another chance because I'm not going for old scraps. He apologized again and even said he just wanted to keep in contact with me because he thinks he owes it to me for all the trouble he caused. I don't know what he meant by that. By the time I wanted to finish the conversation, he told me that during our time together he had cheated with one of his girlfriends, so that also explains why he broke up with me that time because he was sneaking around with the blonde sorority girl because she was better than me or something like that. I saw it coming, not going to lie, but for some reason it did hurt now even though it's been a while. He said he wanted some closure and telling me this was the end of it. I blocked him again, and now my phone is finally back to being silent since I stopped getting calls and messages. Even his mom texted me saying sorry for her son's behavior, so that's that. I want to appreciate those who convinced me not to give him another chance. I'm too much of a people pleaser, I just couldn't handle the stress that I was in the wrong. Thank you all. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, good for you. You stood up for yourself and let him know he is basically scum. He was right, he will never find anyone as wonderful as you. It stinks to be him. Commenter 2, so messed up. He was getting treated like he had been treating you and he wanted his punching bag back. Good for you for letting him know he's pathetic and you were a catch. Commenter 3, he's full of garbage. He knew exactly what his friends were doing and saying to you. He put them up to it to manipulate and bully you into giving him another chance. Once he saw you had everything screenshot, he knew they could all get into trouble if you reported it. So he acted all apologetic and ignorant. Good for you for standing your ground and telling him where to go. Glad you told him you were seeing someone who was already treating you better than he ever did. Commenter 4, he apologized again and even said he just wanted to keep in contact with me because he thinks he owes it to me for all the trouble he caused. I don't know what he meant by that. Pretty sure what he means is that he figures he'll be able to get in your pants later. Ops response, honestly that's what I'm thinking, but as of right now he's blocked everywhere. Now hopefully I don't find him in the streets.